Hi guys, today we're gonna read you a story called We Love Pizza. It was by who?
I think this is the author right here, Little Gestalten? Or is that the artist is Elena Beretta?
I don't know.
Not sure. Let's see what this says. Oh, it's by Elena Beretta.
Okay. Narrated by Elena Beretta.
It's written by her.
Okay.
Okay. We love pizza. The world's favorite food. The world is full of people, and people have to eat. And if they had to choose a dish, there's one that's hard to beat. You make it and you bake it, or you buy it in a shop. It can be soft or crunchy and have lots of things on top. It's simple but delicious. That's how it's earned its fame. Have you now guessed what it is? Yes, pizza is its name. Remember to follow with the page.
Okay.
Pizza can be round or square in different shapes and sizes, and sometimes what is in them or on them is full of big surprises. Pizza al metro comes from Sorrento in Italy. Metro means meter, 39 inches, not the subway, and that's how long it is. If you want to eat it all in one go, it would help if you were a crocodile. Calzone. Calzone is the folded one. Calzone means trousers, but you won't find any legs inside it. Detroit style pizza is made with a special cheese called Wisconsin brick cheese. If you can't eat it, you can build a house with it. Just kidding, it's sold in brick-shaped packages. Flammkuchen. Flame cake comes from Alsace, a region between France and Germany. It looks as if it's got freckles, but those spots are just yummy bits of bacon. Lahmacun comes from Turkey and Armenia. It's all rolled up like a sleeping hedgehog with minced meat on top and some super spicy vegetables inside, like onions, peppers, and garlic. Chicago deep dish looks more like a bowl than a pizza, but that's just an excuse to put more and more cheese and tomato sauce in it. Everything in New York is big, especially the New York pizza. You'll need to fold it before you can hold it. How many? How many pizzas do people munch? Here are some numbers for you to crunch. Who would have thought that Germans consume more pizza than the average Italian? 100 slices a year. Americans eat about 350 slices of pizza per second, which means every person eats about 46 slices a year. Italians are surprisingly not on the winner's podium. It might be too difficult to decide, pizza or pasta, pasta or pizza. The world champions, an average Norwegian eats 11 pizzas per year. They love the frozen ones. In Brazil, they're nuts about pizzas. They eat 1 million of them a day. Pizzas brighten up all weathers. No wonder British people eat 4.5 kilograms or 10 pounds of them every year. These pages are hard to turn.
I'll do it.
Okay. When was the first pizza born? It must have been thousands of years ago, but here are the only facts we know. The kind of pizza we all know and love was born in Naples in southern Italy. It's the third biggest city in Italy after Rome and Milan, and is at least 2,500 years old. But the oldest known pizza sellers only go back as far as 1738. In those days, pizzas were sold on the streets and were mainly regarded as a simple food for the poor. It wasn't until 1830 that the first known pizzeria opened its doors in Naples as a proper restaurant. It was called Antica Pizzeria Portalba. It changed the whole image of pizza, and you'll be amazed to hear that it's still there today, baking all kinds of pizzas for all kinds of people. Queen Margherita. To what does this queen owe her fame? To a special pizza that bears her name. In 1889, King Umberto and Queen Margherita were visiting Naples. Kings and queens are special people, and of course they wanted special food, a pizza nobody else had ever tasted. And so the chef, Raffaello Esposito, had a problem. What if he cooked a new pizza and they didn't like it? He could be in big trouble. So can you guess what he did? Pizza for a queen. Raffaele Esposito cooked several pizzas, and the one that Queen Margherita liked best was green, white, and red, the colors of the Italian flag. The red is tomato sauce, the white is mozzarella cheese, the green is basil. The dough is made with flour, water, yeast, and salt. The crust is soft and elastic, easy to fold. Margherita, Margherita, everyone heats her and eats her. Instead of being a powerful queen, she's now a much-loved pizza. The diameter is a maximum of 14 inches. The crunchy crust is 1 to 2 centimeters thick. The thickness of the central part is approximately 0.25 centimeters. The chef has only 10 seconds to put on the toppings. Pizza Margherita is baked in a wood oven at a temperature of up to 485 degrees. It takes just 60 to 90 seconds to cook. The pizza is served piping hot. It is best to eat it straight from the oven. How to make pizza. Before we eat it, we bake it, and before we bake it, we make it. Chef Charlotte from Naples will show us how to make a pizza with our hands, a spoon, and a bowl. We need 2.2 pounds of flour. There are lots of different sorts, and the one we shall use is pizza flour, or type 00, which is soft wheat flour, white and starchy. Brewer's yeast. Just 7 grams dry yeast will make the dough swell a lot before it's baked. Sea salt. If you can't pop down to the beach and evaporate some fresh seawater, then do what Charlotte did. She bought some at the supermarket. A can of whole tomatoes, 1 onion, 1 tablespoon of basil, and some salt and pepper. Then we need water. The weight of the water should be 80% of the weight of the flour. So for 2.2 pounds of flour, we'll use 27 fluid ounces of lukewarm water. Extra virgin olive oil, just 1 tablespoon of it. If you haven't got an olive tree in the garden, then back you go to the supermarket. And finally, mozzarella cheese, or any other type you prefer, and basil that you put fresh on the pizza once it comes out of the oven. That's what you need. Have you read it through? Okay, for 2 pizzas, here's what you do. Add the yeast to the flour and mix. Pour in the water and mix. Wait for 5 minutes. Sing a song. Add the salt and oil and mix it all for about 10 minutes. Let it rest for 15 minutes covered by a cloth. You can rest too, but no need to cover yourself with a cloth. Ha ha ha. Put some flour on the pastry board and put the dough on it. With the help of something flat, fold the dough from right to center and rest for 10 minutes. Fold from left to center and rest for 10 minutes. Top to center, rest for 10 minutes. Bottom to center, rest for 10 minutes. Boy, that's a lot of work. Phew, this is exhausting. Stop folding and resting. Take a deep breath and make the dough into a ball, but don't kick or throw it. Grease a bowl with oil, put the dough in, cover it with plastic wrap, and put it at the bottom of the fridge in the vegetable box. because it's not so cold in there. Now the dough needs a break. This is why. Yeast needs time to make the dough huge and fluffy. If you use the dough right away, it will grow bigger and bigger in your tummy, and that would hurt. 2 hours. Close to a warm heater is the minimum for the yeast to start its work. 4 hours is very good when you want a pizza for tonight's dinner, and 22 hours makes Charlotte's perfect restaurant quality pizza dough. The dough should have doubled in size. Take the ball out of the bowl and separate it into 2 smaller balls. Take one ball and put it on the baking tray, tapping it lightly with your fingertips to spread it out. While you prepare the tomato sauce, cover the dough with a cloth so that it can rest again. Turn the oven on to 250 degrees. Oh, that's Celsius, or 482, or the maximum. Chop up the onion and fry it quickly. Add tomatoes, cover the pan, and cook for 5 minutes. Add salt and 1 tablespoon of chopped basil and turn off the heat. If it's too liquid, take the lid off the pan for a minute or 2. Use a spoon to spread a layer of sauce over the dough. And now it's baking time. Put the dough on the lower shelf, making sure you don't burn yourself. Bake for 10 minutes, then add the cheese, plus whatever toppings you please. Use the middle shelf for the final heat, and in 10 minutes, add the basil and eat. Let's sneak a peek into a pizzeria. They have wooden pizza peels. Slide the pizza into the oven and help you to get it out without burning your hands. A stone scrubber removes burnt cheese crusts from the oven. The oven brush reaches far back into the oven to get all the dust and dirt out. The pizza has a special wood-burning oven, which has a dome and is twice as hot as your oven at home. With the dough already prepared, Charlotte puts on the toppings, lays the pizza on a long shovel. It has to be long because otherwise the chef would cook herself as well as the pizza. And onto the oven and into the oven it goes. A couple of minutes later, out it comes, shining like gold, and the waiter comes racing to your table because nobody wants cold pizza. How to eat pizza. Equipment to be supplied by you, a mouth with teeth and a hand or 2. There is no how to eat pizza law, but try not to drop it on the floor. You can fold it up this way or that. You can cut it from the middle to the crust or from the crust to the middle. You can pour olive oil into the center and dip the crust into it. That sounds good. You can eat it from a plate or straight from the box. You can eat it with your hands or use a knife and fork. Do you know Pac-Man, the greatest computer game hero of all time? The Japanese video game designer Toru Iwatani came up with his design while looking at his pizza, minus 1 slice. Pizza records. One day you'll be a great pizza maker, but will you be a record breaker? Scott Wiener from New York City has the largest collection of pizza boxes in the world. He has over 1,500 boxes. A group of pizza chefs from Rome created the biggest pizza ever baked. It covered a total surface area of 1,261 meters. This is approximately 15,000 times the size of a regular pizza. That's crazy. More than 100 pizza makers in California served up the longest pizza. The total length was 1,930 meters. They used 3,623 kilograms of dough, 1,634 kilograms of cheese, and 2,542 kilograms of sauce. Brian Dwyer from Philadelphia has the largest collection of pizza-related items in the world. He has over 560 different objects, including stickers, comic books, and the cover of an LP by the group Fat Boys. The collection is open to the public. The pizza conquers America. How did pizzas make their way from Italy to the USA? In the late 19th century, a lot of Italian immigrants arrived in the USA. At first, they were the only people who wanted to eat their pizzas, but now Americans eat 1 billion pizzas a year. Pizzerias. Once it was food for poorer residents, but now it's eaten by princes and presidents. In the old days, pizzas were sold by street vendors, mainly to poor people. But when the first pizzerias in the USA were opened, more and more toppings were introduced and more people became pizza fans. Roberta's Pizzeria was once a garage. Lucali's Pizzeria was a laundry service. And Buddy's used to be a sports bar. Pizzas from around the world. There are different tastes, east, west, north, south, but there's a topping for every mouth. I guess we'll start. Hawaiian pizza was invented by a Mr. Panopoulos in 1962 using ham and pineapple. He lived in Canada, so why Hawaiian? Because that's where the pineapple comes from. People said he couldn't mix sour and sweet. People were wrong. It's one of the most popular pizzas in the world. Capricciosa. Capriccio is Italian for whim, and whim means whatever you like. It's a pizza potpourri and usually comes with artichoke, mushrooms, and ham. This one is special because the chefs use ingredients that are grown in one particular American state. Can you guess which one? Here's a clue. It begins with C and rhymes with, didn't I warn ya? Yes, this one is called California. 24 karat is a luxury pizza covered with edible 24 karat gold that costs $2,000. The gold gives the pizza a shiny wow effect, but adds no flavor. Don't you prefer the liquid gold called olive oil? Box pizza. The owner of a pizzeria in Brooklyn noticed that some customers ordered their pizza in a box, then ate it in the restaurant and threw the box away. So he made a box that is a pizza in itself. That's crazy. Marinara is the oldest Italian pizza, created in 1734. It was the sailor's favorite. The Marinaio, garlic, oregano, and olive oil. Simply the best, even without cheese. Quattro Formaggio, 4-cheese pizza. That's the one we usually eat. Mozzarella, gorgonzola, and whatever cheeses they make in your region. How many cheeses can you name? The pizza kebab is a mixture of Turkish chicken, lamb, or beef, and Italian cheese and sauce, and it was invented in Sweden. Rumor has it that the Turks and Italians don't like it, but the Swedes love it. Okonomiyaki is a Japanese pizza. The name means cook what you like, made with flour, yam, and shredded cabbage, and toppings like pork, octopus, and squid. Rainbow pizza. Multicolored icing, sprinkles, pop rocks, cotton candy. If you have a sweet tooth, this is for you. Good Lord, this goes on and on. Coat of arms pizza. The toppings are kangaroo and emu. Ugh. And you'll only find these on the coast, on the coat of arms of the country that is the smallest continent in the world, Australia. Pizza crunch. A mini calzone fried in oil is a favorite in Scotland. To make the dish even more crunchy, it is served with chips. It is also served as street food in Naples. There's a legend in China that pizza is an adaptation of the scallion pancake brought back to Italy by Marco Polo. Scallions are a sort of spring onion. Please don't tell the Italians. Cacio e pepe means cheese and pepper. It is a worldwide pasta dish turned into a pizza. Ice cubes are added to keep the top moist and the bottom crisp. Sounds cool. Khachapuri is from Georgia. Not the state in America. There's a country called Georgia.
Okay.
It is believed to be the only pizza in the world that looks at you with its eggy eye before you eat it. Pizzeria people. The people you see standing here are somehow linked to our pizzeria. Charlotte is the chef who brilliantly bakes the perfect pizzas. Walter is the waiter who's willing and able to bring you the pizza to your table. Fiona is the owner of the pizzeria, and she hopes you'll come again and again and again. David delivers the piping hot pizzas to the homes of the hungry customers. Ferdinand is the farmer who grows the vegetables that he sells to Greta, the greengrocer, who sells the vegetables to the pizzeria. Cheryl makes the cheeses, and if you like cheese, then please choose Cheryl's Champion cheeses. Boris is the butcher who sells the meat that people eat as a special treat. And Woody cuts trees into logs to heat the oven for Charlotte to cook the pizza, for Walter to bring to your table for you to eat and enjoy so much that you will come back again and again to Fiona's Pizzeria. Nothing can stop a good pizza. It doesn't matter where you live or where you work and play. Order the pizza that you want, and soon it's on its way. In Alaska, there are places you can't get to on foot or with a bike or car, and so your pizza has to be delivered by plane. Until a couple of years ago, the airport pizzeria in the city of Nome, Alaska, sent pizzas by plane to all the nearby villages, but they had to order at least 30 pizzas at $10 each. In towns and cities, delivery is often done by bike or motorcycle, as they can get through the traffic more easily. And as you know, pizza tastes best when eaten soon after baking. If you'd like to keep a stock of pizzas you've chosen, it's easy as pie. You can get pizzas frozen. Frozen pizzas were invented in America in the 1950s, and as refrigerators and freezers became more and more common, frozen pizzas became more and more popular. You don't have to go to Alaska. You'll find them in any supermarket. The pizza box was invented in the mid-1960s to make home delivery and takeaway super simple. It's made of cardboard and keeps your pizza hot. Out of this world. One order came from the strangest place. The customer was in outer space. In 2001, an American pizza restaurant chain delivered a 15-centimeter salami pizza by rocket to Russian cosmonaut Yuri Usakov of the International Space Station. You cannot send a regular pizza into space. It took 1 year to invent a version that could make this long journey, and it cost $1 million, an astronomical price for an astronomical pizza. That's crazy. Pizza, the finest food for family and friends. All of us love pizza. There's a smile on every face. If the world was one big pizza, it would be a happy place. The end.
And that said, please comment, like, and subscribe.